Hi guys, I just wanted to welcome you back to the fall semester with your pastry buffet class. I wanted to show you around the Blackboard just a little bit, and Blackboard updated, so things look a little bit differently. So I wanted to show you how to navigate it now. So just like previously, you're going to go here to Cincinnati State, but now you're going to click on up here and you're going to go to My C State 2.0, and you're going to see it looks different. So you're going to log in, you're going to click Cincinnati or your student. And when you do, it's going to look kind of like this. So then you get to go to Blackboard. And when you go to Blackboard, you're going to have to log in again. And then something that's different up here, now you can choose which term you're looking at. So you can just focus on all your 24 classes here. But just so you know, when you go to your 24 spring, I left your pastry 115 class open. So if you want to reference any of those recipes or things that we did on that syllabus, then you can look at it there. So that class is still available for you. All right, so we are going to go into our buffet class. And when we do, you got your announcements right here. So you will need this new book. It's the first edition of the Advanced and Pastry Art. You can get it in hard book or you can get digital. I don't care, but this one's a really great complement to your Gislin book, your professional baking book. So you will need both of them, and I will be referencing both of them in your syllabus. So make sure you have this, make sure you're ready for your first class, and have that ready. If you want, these are not required books, but they are great additions. There's the Pastry Chef's Companion, and then there's also the Flavor Bible. Both of these are resources that will help you to, one, know what you're making. The companion is kind of like a dictionary for pastry stuff. And then the Flavor Bible will help you with how to pair your ingredients together. If you want to start looking, because you're just so excited to start working on what we're going to be doing, I have a lot of resources available for you before we get together in class. So these are some web resources that are going to go over some different types of things that that you might want to look over and see. So like professional entremets, there's a Bacor. I use a lot of his recipes. He does a lot of great job of doing a lot of little things. So like here's some of the little desserts that he does. We won't be doing croissants. We won't be doing eclairs. But there he does have stuff on entremets and some petit fours and some other little things that you will need to have for your class. All right, so lots of resources available for you. And I have a Pinterest page, and on there is stuff specific for you. So centerpiece ideas, we're going to keep this really simple and basic for our centerpiece. I don't want you to go too big and extravagant. Some chocolates, eclairs, which again, we don't want to do eclairs for our buffet. Entremets, some different petit fours, and then you also have some platters. So the reason why for the platters I wanted to share with you is you will be doing a platter display for your buffet with your pastry items. Okay, so those are all the fun little links that we have. So you'll be getting more announcements. I have some timed out for you just to kind of keep you going. We have a syllabus in here. I will also be adding this video. Will be here when I'm done making it. So your syllabus in Word and PDF, and then the list of all the ingredients and things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing things a little bit different this semester. So instead of me telling you how we're dividing the recipe, I'm giving you an ingredient and what it is. And then what you'll do to figure out the factor is you'll take the new quantity. So our new quantity of eggs is 283. And then you'll divide it by our old quantity, which is more than that. And then that will give you your multiplier. Okay. And then you want to take it to the third decimal point. And so what you'll do with that is then you'll take 0 point whatever it is, and then you'll multiply the rest of your ingredients with it. So it's pretty simple. It's just a little bit different way of thinking. And the reason for it is our advisory board had mentioned that students need to be able to convert recipes according to how much of an ingredient we have. So for example, if you're making blueberry muffins and you don't have enough blueberries to make 4 dozen muffins, but you have another X amount of blueberries. So how many muffins can you make with that many blueberries? So that's where this comes in handy. So you would say you have this many blueberries. So that's our new factor. And then our old factor is what it originally had. And then that's what you need to multiply the recipe by. It also works with yield. If you want to, if you have a recipe that makes 6 dozen and you only want to make 2 dozen, so you do 2, which would be 24 divided by this old quantity 6 to give you your new multiplier. So you can do it for yields, you can do it per ingredient. It's very versatile and a great resource, and something that our advisory board wants you to be able and thinks it's a very important skill for you to have. All right, so there's that. So that's why you're going to see eggs or your butter at a quantity, your sugar at a quantity. You're going to see quantities of one of your ingredients to help you get to the recipe that I need you to have for that day. So we're going to start off, we're going to bake cakes on our first day on the 27th. We're going to be doing we're going to all be making a Bavarian because we haven't made that before. So I'm going to show you how to make a Bavarian that you'll need to have for your buffet. We've made an entremet before. We did the raspberry milk chocolate one, but this time we're going to do a little bit different one with that everybody's going to make. It's going to have a crispy hazelnut base and a caramel crème. It's one that's in Andy's book. So that is there for you, the entremet on page 232. All right, and then we're going to be reviewing tempering chocolate. I know some of you were in my chocolate class this summer, which is awesome, but some of you haven't tempered chocolate since spring, so we're going to review over that and go over that. And then we're going to go on September 24th. We're going to start making things as a class. So this is going to be team production. So like team 1 is going to make a mango chocolate entremet. So this is the entremet, but I'm going to show you how to make that into individuals. And we're going to be working as teams. Now, the question I always get is, do I have to have all these recipes ready? Well, the purpose of doing all of these is so you're familiar with them and you can see the end product. So having all of the recipes prepared is helpful. 1. 2, you won't know which team you're on until you get to class. So you do want to have all of those. And then we're going to be making some other pedophores and cookies and stuff. And then we will show how to do a buffet and set that up. And then on the October 8th, I'm gonna demo pastillage, which we made before. So I'm just gonna remind everybody kind of how to make that. And then you're gonna start working on your own. So over here on the right, you're going to see online homework folder. You're going to have drawing for your centerpiece. And then I need your requisition sheets on September 24th for October 8th. So all your little hints are over here on the side. All right, so that's all here. And when you open up your syllabus and scroll down, it's a little bit clearer and easier because it's all in boxes. All right, at the end of that on your syllabus, I have all of your competencies that you need to make for the buffet. So you're going to make 1 centerpiece, you're going to make 3 display cakes, and then it tells you what kind of a cake each one is. So one is a buttercream filled cake, so similar to the orange one that we did. The entremet, we made one in the spring, and then we'll be doing another one in this semester, and then Bavarian, which we haven't made before, but we've made Bavarians or similar type items, and I'm going to show you how to put that together. And these are some of the pieces that you need to make sure you're specific on. You can make 3 styles of pedophores. So that just means you make 3 different pedophores. You don't have to make one of each of these styles. This is the in your book, Andy talks about on page 331, he talks to you about different pedophores. This just mentioning the types of pedophores that he has. That doesn't mean you have to do one of each. Actually, I would rather you not do a pedophore set, but I just want you to know what it is. So it's about more about knowledge than about actually doing. You do have to do 3 different kinds of pedophores, different flavors. None of your flavors can duplicate through your whole buffet. So we got lots of ideas, lots of different things that we can do. If you want to do a cookie type, you're only allowed to do one because that's kind of easy. That's pushing the easy button. So you're only allowed to do one, and it says, for example, filled cookie. What I mean is I don't want you to do a chocolate chip cookie and say, oh, there's my pedophore. No, you have to do something with a little bit of difficulty to it. And then one confectionery item, which here are some examples. Handcrafted candies. We're going to make pâte à fouille together. They need to be small, 1 to 2 bites. A pâte à four means small oven, so it should be small. And then a molded chocolate like we did together in the spring, and we're going to practice again in this semester, so you'll be familiar with it. And then this goes into some ideas. This is a general timeline of when things are due, so it's a kind of like a good, hey, this is my checklist, and maybe even add it to your calendar so you don't miss something. And then that's it. All right. So that's your syllabus. Important papers. So there's a lot of information. So what I tried to do is I tried to consolidate it the best I could. This Chablana recipe. So this is what we're going to be doing the first day, and the procedure, just in case you don't have your book in time. I think I'm giving you enough time. You should have it, even if you're ordering it off of Amazon. It should give you plenty of time, but these are the recipes, and that's all that is for, is so that you are ready for day 1. So from here, what I try to do is I tried to categorize it by how you're going to be making things and what you need to know about it. So I actually kind of need to reorganize these, and I will do that. So these are your production sheets. These are the things that you're going to be doing and working with first. So when you open this up, it's resources that are going to help you to produce those production sheets. So flavor pairings, what flavors go with what, because you are going to need to make sure that 5 things on your buffet aren't chocolate and raspberry. The reason why I have you do different flavors is because people get stuck on one flavor and then they repeat it. And what you want to have on a buffet is a wide variety. So this just helps you to try to think outside of the box and try to think of some different things. Requisition sheets I'll go over later in a different video. I'll probably add it in here on how to do a production sheet, a requisition sheet for me. This PowerPoint does, I made it so that you guys can see kind of breaking down every item that you need to have. So your competencies, what you need to make, and then so your centerpieces, and then some pictures to help you with those. So that's just centerpieces, and how to put it together. Then we go into our 3 cakes. So this is your buttercream cake, your entremet cake, and your Bavarian. And then it just breaks down everything and shows you some of the buffets, different types of pedophores. And it just gives you kind of that information to help get your mind thinking and to see that we're on the same page of where you need to be. So that's one PowerPoint. This one is stuff that you've made and that we'll be making together. So it goes into it a little bit differently. Shoot, where did it go? So like here's our entremet we made in the spring. This is the one we're going to be making together. This is the cake that we made together in the spring. This is a Bavarian that we will be making. And then these are some of the pedophores that we made in the spring. And then we're going to be making this one in the fall. This is the opera cream. And then right now I only have 1 chocolate, but there's other candies, and those are also on that other PowerPoint. So you do have 2 PowerPoints, one here, that's going to kind of break down for you and really should help you understand your pastry production sheets that you're going to need to make. So you need to make one of these for each of the items that you're going to be doing for the buffet. So one for an entremet, one for a buttercream cake, one for the Bavarian, one for one petit four, two petit four, three petit four, one for chocolate, one for candy, and then one for your centerpiece. So the idea is this is going to help you to understand what you need to make sure you have all the criteria for everything. And then this is the pastry example of a production sheet and how to fill it out. So this is not a recipe card. This is, so this is the Bavarian. These are the ingredients or the items you're going to need to make. This is the order that you want to make them. So when you put it together, you will have it and look like this, and how we're going to need to assemble it. So the inside, the drawing should be showing me where things go and how they go. So that's what the purpose of this is. This is your tool to help keep you focused when you're working on your own stuff, because everybody's gonna be doing something different. I'm not gonna be demoing every week and showing you everything. Starting October 8th, you're on your own. I'm there to help you. I'm there to help guide you. I'm there for you to ask me questions. I try to catch things, but like I said, everybody's doing something different. So I need you guys to be able to have a train of thought and focus. All right, so that's the example of that. Notes for production sheets. What this is for is it is things that you can and cannot freeze. Just some things of what you want to put on, what you don't want to put on, when to do things, some of those types of, it's like notes that I've taken from another class. This is, I changed it to a recipe sheet, but this is where you'll have your recipes that you're going to be making for each one of those production items on that production sheet. This is a sample timeline. And so what this is, I changed the date so it's for you guys. And so what that's for is just to give you an idea of how to make a timeline to try to keep you set and on a schedule, and to help you say, okay, I got this done, I got this done. This timeline should have every single item on your production sheets on here. And so this way, you know, you have everything done, and you would be working down from the top to the bottom of your production sheets and how you can put that together and when you're going to be doing that. I suggest, and this one doesn't really have that, I suggest probably around November 19th, try to leave it empty, leave it blank, try to leave it open for a catch-up day. Maybe have small things that if you can't get them done that day, it's not a big deal, or things that could get like laid off or put aside. So timeline is really great. Also at the bottom of a timeline, which isn't on here, is quick things that you could do. So say on October 22nd, you get all this stuff done and you got about an hour, half hour left. You can make dessert syrups. You can make ganaches. You can make glazes. So some things that don't take much time that we probably have in the kitchen, and you could get done and freeze and store for later. So I can help you with all of these. I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of where we're going to be going with that. The ACF PowerPoint is just showing you items that are, I have some really nice detailed and showing you finishing and neat and clean items. These measurements and things to know before you graduate are just how to help you with measuring. And the things you should know before you graduate has like how to build an entremet, what should be an entremet, just some of your basic techniques. So this is all under important papers, and this is your production sheets. So a lot of information in there, I know, but I'm trying to consolidate it, and they're all things that will help you with that. Your final information is the rubrics that I'm going to be using, and what should be, you're going to have to give me a folder, what should be in that folder. And then you will be costing out your buttercream cake. So this is items that are going to help you with that. This is your centerpiece information. It's really just showing you a molded figure, because you do need to do a molded figure on your centerpiece. And some of the stuff in the production, I'll probably copy and put here as well, because like that first PowerPoint I showed you has a lot of great centerpiece information on there as well. So I'll probably add that. Just a few quizzes for you to do. And then just for 4 weeks, what they're straight from the Andy's book, just things that you should know. And they're just techniques that I've already taught you and we've talked about and I've shared with you. But I need you guys to be thinking about what you're doing while you're doing it, So for example, when you're tempering in gelatin into something cold, what are the temperatures you need to pay attention to? You know, make sure that your gelatin is this if you're tempering it into chocolate. Make sure your gelatin is this if you're tempering it into an anglaise. And then what temperature it needs to be when you fold it into the whipped cream, like for your Bavarian. So these types of things that are common mistakes that I've taught you and you know, but forget when you're in the moment sometimes. So the purpose of these is to just help you to know where those are. In here, this is a Cincinnati State thing. This is the resource guide. Just want to encourage you guys to use it, especially with your other academics. There's a tutoring center. If you're having trouble with Blackboard stuff, writing center, math. So just lots of resources in here for you guys. That's most of it. This is getting longer than I really wanted it to be. Please make sure you are ready for class, ready to work, have your recipes ready. I just went over with how to do the conversion of the quantities. Make sure you have your book, do the quizzes, get them done on time. They're there for a purpose. They're there to help you and to help you to be able to do this better. The biggest problem with this class or the struggles are time and time management. So you need to work every day as if tomorrow is the buffet. And so I'm just here to help you. I'm going to look over all your production sheets, make sure you're on target for what needs to be done. If you're doing something too simple, I'll let you know. If you're doing something that's going to take you way too much time, I'll pull you back because I don't want you to fail. I want you to be successful in this class, and understanding how long things take and organizing those in a way that you can get them accomplished at a reasonable time. That's my goal. My goal is that you set up your pastry buffet on December 10th and you got your hands in your pocket waiting for the service to begin. So that's my goal for you. That's what I'm going to try to help you to achieve. And I'm always here to help you. That's why I'm here. You are not doing this on your own. We're doing this as a team, but you have to communicate to me when you need help. And I'll be going over this again when we're in class on, what is it, August 27th when we have class. But yeah, so let me know if you have any questions, but I just wanted to kind of get you started, get you thinking, get ready back for fall semester, and I will see you guys later.